Hi, I'm Kelly Williams from Red and White Realty, and today on another episode of Who's the Who in the 902. And today we're welcoming Shelley Acker from Freedom Miniatures.
Hey, good morning.
Good morning. It's very exciting. You've got a really lovely little store here.
Thank you.
And little, I mean, you've got little
lots and lots of little things, yes.
This is very cool. Can you tell me a little bit about your store, like you, and then your store, and like how did you get interested in miniatures?
It's always a good question, and I don't really have a good answer other than I think I've always liked small things.
Right.
And there's just something fascinating about things that are tiny and represent real life, but in a smaller scale. So it's just a lot of fun to play around with. You're only limited by your imagination. So I've been making miniatures in one form or another for over 20 years, getting close to 25 now. And 4.5 years ago, I needed a change of pace. I've been working in an office all my life.
Right.
And it was time for a change, and I drove by one day and saw a for lease sign in the window, and that was that. I knew what I wanted to do and made it happen. Just jumped off a cliff with no real plan and just a lot of faith and love of what I do. So you follow your passion, maybe you get lucky, and I have.
Well,
I've gotten really lucky.
Well, how long have you been open in this location?
It's almost 4.5 years. Okay. I opened in October of 2018. Got a good full year in before things started to shut down.
Right.
Which was a challenge, but I think actually in some ways I'm very lucky in that COVID actually helped. Okay. Because people were looking for something to do at home. They wanted to keep their hands busy. They weren't able to go out and travel. So they either renewed their interest in doll houses, maybe they had one in the basement that they were going to renovate, or they tried a kit, or just wherever their imaginations took them. And a lot of people discovered miniatures, and a lot of it's on social media.
Right.
So it was fortunately, and I never forget that I'm one of the lucky ones. It actually kind of worked in my favor. It gave me time to get online, so not only do I have this physical store,
right.
I have a website that carries all these same things. If it's in the store, it's on the website as well. So you can order from anywhere.
Well, that's great.
Yeah.
That makes it very for people like who are interested in the miniatures to be able to have access to it. Because I think you said that there's not a lot of little miniature stores around.
There are not. It's a falling number, unfortunately, and I am one of 2 brick and mortar miniature stores in Canada.
Wow.
There's a few more in the U.S., but they're declining as well. A lot of online websites are still out there, and they're probably growing. But there's still something special about coming and seeing something and, touching it and picking it up and seeing what it looks like. And it's just nice. And it's that one-on-one, being able to give some advice and, recommendations on what might go with what, or where else you can find something, or how you can solve a problem. You don't get that online. So that's what a lot of the people that I have coming in are looking for, that advice, and they'll pick my brain a lot.
Well, that's great. Now, when I was speaking with you this morning, I came in here under the impression that it was really mostly about doll houses, but you are actually at a train show.
Yes. So
can you tell people that, hey, miniatures aren't just about doll houses.
That's right.
What else are you about?
Anything little, that you might want to do with your hands. Doll houses and the items to go in them, the furniture and the accessories and all those things is probably my mainstay.
Right.
But I also have landscaping materials, which is ideal for people that do model train layouts, who do dioramas. I have lots of paints and finishes and associated products that are great for the people that are doing tabletop gaming, and they're painting their figurines and so on. And anything, I don't know, I just keep saying anything little, but figurines, dioramas, trains, doll houses, and I've had people coming in doing some of the most unusual things in miniature that they find the products. I carry lumber, I carry tools, so if you can imagine it in small, I might help you be able to get there.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I know one thing that I really like the miniatures for is Christmas time. Right, when we have all the little houses and then building in around there, and I see that you've got a lot of things that would actually be really nice to add to the collection. And
yeah, you can sometimes find some really neat things. Sometimes we're stymied a little bit by scale. We talk a lot about scale in the dollhouse world. Most dollhouses are, at least around here, are in what we call 1/12 scale, which means that if it's 1 foot in real life, it's 1 inch in miniature.
Okay.
So everything is geared so that it makes sense proportionally if you start putting it all together. Some of the popular Christmas layouts are a smaller scale, but I sometimes have things that will fit that scale, maybe closer to 1/24, which is 2 feet, is 1 inch. So there's a lot of ways to get creative, and I like to think that if it makes sense to you and looks good to your eye, who cares what the measurements are?
That's true.
Yeah.
Now, you mentioned you're on social media, so how can people find you?
The best way is to find me on Facebook at Freedom Miniatures. And I do have a website, a full-service website at freedomminiatures.com. If it's in the store, it's on the website, and you can order it. For anyone local, I offer a service where you can order it online. Maybe you're browsing around the internet late on a Sunday night, and you think, I'd really like to have that before someone else gets it.
Right.
You can order it, and at checkout, just select local pickup, and you don't get charged shipping. And excuse me, you don't get charged with shipping, and I'll hold it here until you can get to come in.
Excellent. And what is your address here in Kentville?
I'm at 45 Webster Street, and that's on the right-hand side as you drive through, just right across from the TD Bank. The easiest way to find me.
Well, I found it this morning.
Yes, good.
It was great. It was easy enough, as you said. It's right here on the right-hand side. So I want to say thank you very much.
You're most welcome. Thank you.
It was great to meet you, and I love your little store.
Thank you very much.
So if you are looking for anything little in miniature, please look Shelley up. This is, her store, Freedom Miniatures, is lovely. So if you're coming in to the Kentville area, drop in and see, and just learn maybe it's a new hobby for you.
It might be.
Right? Or add to the hobby that you already have.
I should, if I can just add, I do run classes as well.
Oh, okay.
Which is another great way to test it out and see if it's something you'd like to do. And you can find any available workshops on my website.
Well, now you've got a chance to come and actually learn a new hobby. This is fantastic. Thank you, Shelley.
Thank you very much.
I've enjoyed meeting you.
You too.
So I'm Kelly Williams, and if you know anyone who is looking, who would love to have an interview, that would like the community to learn all about them, please give me a call. I'd love to meet them. So again, thank you very much, and we'll talk to you soon.